Greetings and happy Tuesday. So, I wanted to share what's been going on with me for about a week now. I've been wanting to make some videos, but I just didn't want to force it. Um, but, I did my journaling, but I just didn't want to force myself to come on. Um, I trust in divine timing, you know. So over the last week, I have not been feeling too well. Um, so I do want to share what I experienced. I experienced this dis-ease called multiple sclerosis. So basically, multiple sclerosis is when the immune system attacks the central nervous system, damaging the myelin sheath covering the nerve fibers. So, with this ease and discomfort, um, for me, it causes me to experience a lot of fatigue. Sometimes mobility issues, um, which we call them flare-ups. You go into this flare, and everybody doesn't experience the same issues. I've spoken to so many different people that experience multiple sclerosis, and none of us have the same symptoms. So I think it just varies from person to person. So I've been in a flare state, which I'm also experiencing perimenopause simultaneously. So there's been a lot of fatigue. And in my prior videos, I did speak on me, walking more, and because I don't often have the flare-ups, I forgot about the heat. What the heat can do, to my body. So I've been very fatigued. I didn't work any last week. I even had a visit at the ER. Um, and I'm grateful that I did listen to my body and that I know my body when something doesn't feel right, you know. So I did go to the ER, and um, like I said, one thing will trigger something else, like the perimenopause will trigger the MS, and so it's like I'm getting double fatigue, if that makes sense. However, I was down, I did a lot of resting, which was warranted. I needed to rest, but also my joints became stiff, so it was hard for me to get out the bed. Um, but I am better today than I was yesterday. And for me, what I do when I have a flare up or I'm in that state, I do practice mindfulness because stress can also bring on these flare-ups. So I practice mindfulness, a lot of breathing exercises. I do a lot of meditations. Just getting still and being alone with myself. Just sitting and breathing. You know, regulating my nervous system. So, in the process of the flare, like I said, this went on for a week. I had to make a choice, okay? But also listening to my body. We don't realize that we have the power to speak life over ourselves. Um, so I want to say maybe it was last Wednesday, last Thursday. I saw myself like, okay, not so much as giving up, but it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. But then, because I do have awareness, it's like, no, you speak over yourself. You speak over this ease that's in your body. You talk to yourselves. We have the power within us to shift. Not saying, hey, I'm not going to ever have a flare up again, but just having the power to, shift. Shift my thought process, because sometimes we get in our thoughts and get in our head instead of getting in the body and in our heart, because what you focus on becomes a reality. So I saw myself focusing on, okay, I can't do this. And it's like, no, let me change this now. Because we always can choose. Let me change this now. So I start speaking and believing and feeling and getting into my body. And I started to feel better, you know. But I also allow myself to rest, So I'll speak more as the opportunity presents itself about the multiple sclerosis. But it's like I felt the need to share it because somebody needed to hear it. I needed to hear it. I needed to say things out loud and not hide, because you never know who might need to hear this. Um, so it's just been on my mind, hey, say something. You need to say something about it. Because you're never alone. You're never alone. We're never alone. So you speak over yourself. You believe in yourself. And no matter who's not showing up for you, you show up for you. you show up for you. So I just wanted to share that, and enjoy your day. As always, do something good for yourself today. No matter how big, how small, do something for yourself today because you deserve it. And I will talk to you in the next video. As always, be well in love.